Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Today is Thursday. We got a beautiful episode for you guys. Of the title of this episode, you probably didn't see a thread on this episode. And the reason for that is because we are going to be doing a full, nice hour of our beautiful book, Beautiful Venom. Why? Because your boy is feeling under the weather. And just because I'm under the weather does not mean the train is going to stop and you guys aren't going to get content. But I look at it like, why hurt my throat even more when I can just give you guys 4 good chapters of the book? That should give you guys a nice little hour. I'm going to shut on up and we're going to get right on into the book. I love you guys. I hope that you guys have been having a great day. I'm going to just do announcements really quick and then we'll get into the book, okay? So patreon.com/MyAssholePodcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. Sign up for that over 100 hours of content there. Thank you, audio listeners, for all the support that you guys have been showing. It has been tremendous and absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. If you want to help out even more, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is helpful. I do appreciate you guys, and I thank you guys so much for being here. And, I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this episode. My voice is going to take a break. We're going to get right into our book. All right? I love you guys, though. So let's get right on into it.
14. Dahlia. Hush now, my darling. The moon's in the sky. The waves on the shore sing a soft lullaby. The stars in the heavens will watch while you sleep and carry your dreams to the ocean so deep. Mama's soft voice echoes in my ears as my lids fall closed, flickering in that dreamy place between wakefulness and sleep. Mommy? I whisper, but I'm not sure if any sound comes out. My head's heavy and my limbs are gripped by paralysis, as if I'm shackled to the rugged bed beneath me. Mom's gentle features appear blurry behind my reddening eyelids, but her soothing voice carries on in the darkness. Rest now, my sweet one. The night's gentle song will cradle you close as the tides move along. The sea whispers softly, the wind hums a tune, and soon you'll be dancing beneath the soft moon. Are you here to get me, Mom? A calloused hand lands on mine, and she stops singing. Do you want me to get you, dear? I'm so tired, Mommy. It's exhausting. Then come join us. Doll! A familiar voice calls, panicked urgency lacing its usual softness. Vi? Don't leave me, doll. We promised to be each other's family. Dahlia! Dahlia, please! I only have you. The sea whispers softly, the wind hums a tune, and soon you'll be dancing beneath the soft moon. Mom's lullaby echoes around me, mixed with Violet's screams, until my senses explode in maddening chaos. My eyes pop open. A white ceiling with a moldy spot at the corner greets me first. I try to sit up, but my limbs are so heavy, my head crashes back down. Hot. I'm so hot. The back of my throat is dry, and I feel as if my clothes are my worst enemy. Where am I? What happened? I cast my eyes around. A small white room, completely sterile except for the metal bed I'm lying on. The place is dim, bathed in a soft amber light that casts long, flickering shadows on the walls. Everything feels wrong, hazy. The air around me is thick, pressing in, suffocating me with its weight. Again, I try to get up, but it's as if my body is tethered with unseen bonds. The world swims around me, blurring at the edges, then my senses come back in sharp, jarring fragments. Unbearable warmth spreads over my skin. a fire igniting from the inside out. My heart pounds in my ears, each beat loud, pulsing through my veins. Every brush of fabric sends shivers through me, amplifying the burning heat. I breathe in, but my chest is tight, each breath shallow and ragged. The faint tang of sweat and something spicy hangs in the air, and my throat, every time I swallow. The bed beneath me is soft, a contrast to the tension coiling in my muscles. Something's wrong. My body's too hot, my thoughts too sluggish. My skin prickles, every inch of me out of sync, yet too aware of everything. The air is like fingers ghosting over me, teasing, pulling at the heat that's building at an overwhelming pace. I try to move again, but it's like I'm disconnected from my body, my limbs barely responding to my brain. My mouth is dry, my mind racing, but everything is clouded in this thick haze of need I can't stop. The pounding of my heart drowns out my thoughts and the faint hum in the air that throbs with the same rhythm as my pulse. My legs lock together, and that triggers the pressure. I can feel the wetness gushing from my pussy. My skin burns with an ache I've never felt before. The door opens, and I stare up as two men wearing the familiar silver masks walk in. Who are you? Oh God, why does my voice sound so husky and needy? They approach me, and I slide back against the bed. No, stay away. Doesn't matter what the hell Isabella and her minions injected me with, I won't let them touch me. Not even if this is related to the organization.
How about I start?
The taller one says to the other, his voice rancid and scratchy.
I wonder if she feels as good as she looks.
No! I try to kick him when he reaches for my leg, but he easily catches it and tugs on my jeans.
Stop acting like a prude. We all know you let Kane use you like a slut.
He undoes the buttons and pulls them down, exposing my bottom half. Only my panties and the oversized hockey jersey cover me. I will kill you if you don't let me go. I kick and flail, fighting sluggishly as my eyes fill with tears. I swear I will. Their cruel laughter echoes in the air, condensing over my head like a mocking cloud.
Good luck with that.
Please. I tug on my jersey, squeezing my legs together until my knees knock. I hate that I have to resort to begging, but I'll do anything to leave this place in one piece. Then I'll poison these two in their sleep. The taller one grabs my thigh, his cooler hand a shock against my burning skin. A rush of pleasure rushes down my belly, and I throw my head back with a groan. Oh, God, no. Please, no.
See?
One of them sneers.
You can't wait to be fucked like a whore.
My mind is jumbled, and my body is desperate to alleviate the ache, but I still mumble. No.
You wanted to be a VenCorp member, didn't you? This is what members do, bitch. They open their legs whenever those higher than them ask.
Stop. Red. I whisper. My safe word lands on deaf ears. Right. That's only between me and Kane. I don't think Kane is behind one of these masks. At least, I hope he's not. I'd never forgive him if he did this to me. I'd kill him with my bare hands. Part of the reason why I allowed the sex at the initiation and the party was because I trusted he'd stop if I said the safe word. It's different if I'm being drugged and taken advantage of without the option to stop it. Anguish rips through me, raw and consuming. I want to fight, to scream, to tear their hands from my skin. But the drug they injected me with wraps around me like a vice, pulling me deeper into suffocating heat.
Outsiders like you should recognize their limit.
One of them says as each pulls a leg to part them.
Consider this your warning. If you don't leave town within a week, you'll be fucked raw next time without the drug. Don't even think about asking Kane for help. We'll show him a video of you moaning for our dicks and he'll lose interest. We'll also share it online, so that you'll be known as the campus whore.
My racing heart slows down a notch. It's not Kane. Am I supposed to feel this relieved? Happy, even?
Ready for the night of your life?
The one on my right asks. Fuck you, I mumble, but it ends in a muffled voice when he seizes my hair and yanks me up. When Kane did this, I was turned on, even if slightly apprehensive. Now I'm terrified to the core despite the artificial aphrodisiac. The air thickens further, the scent of sweat and something sickly sweet clinging to my skin, smothering me. Everything is slipping away. My grip on reality, my control, my strength. Vicious hands start to hook into my jersey, and I push with all of my might, but it barely touches them. Get up. Fight. You've always stood up for yourself. Fight. Don't scream. Fight. Don't cry. Fight. Fight, Dahlia. Fight. With painstaking effort, I pull my leg loose, aiming a desperate kick at the tallest guy's crotch. I don't think it's that strong, but he wails in pain and lifts his hand. Raising my arm, I place it in front of my face to protect myself.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
The whole room goes quiet at that voice. The slap or punch doesn't come. Letting my arm drop, I shift sideways with painstaking effort. Jude. He's standing by the door, his large frame blocking the exit. Leaning against the wall, he casually slides both hands in his pockets and crosses his feet at the ankles. My heartbeat doesn't slow down, and no sense of safety overwhelms me upon seeing him. What if he's in on it too? My blurry eyes sweep over the space behind him, looking, searching, scanning the door for someone else. And I've never searched for someone to save me before. I've done the saving, for me and Vi.
How?
The taller of the guys faces Jude as the other keeps me down.
No one knows about this place. That's what you think.
Jude's voice is an effortlessly scary rumble without his having to do anything.
Since when do pawns like you think you have agency? We're just acting on orders. Whose orders?
Both guys remain silent.
No matter who they are, they won't protect you from what will happen in exactly
Jude checks his watch.
1 minute.
The guys stare at each other, but the one who's grabbing my thigh, half leaning on the bed, doesn't release me. I try to wiggle free, but I'm too weak. My heartbeat is so loud, I think I'll have an attack. Through my blurry vision, I see the door slamming against the wall with so much force, I'm surprised it doesn't come off its hinges. At first, I can't see correctly. My vision is slipping in and out of focus. But I know it's him. A sense of peace befalls me, and my heart slows down. Kane. He's here. The quiet click of his footsteps echoes through the haze, steady and calm, but there's something dangerous lurking underneath. There's a shift in the air, and the room contracts around him, bending to his presence. He doesn't rush, doesn't shout. He's too composed, too controlled, like the stillness before a storm.
Less than a minute. Impressive.
Jude's voice echoes around me, but he's far from being the center of my attention. I blink, still trying to focus, to hold on to that anchor, but the drug drags me under again. My body's fighting me, my thoughts drifting away like sand through my fingers. I barely register the cold ice blue of his eyes landing on me. There's no warmth there, no softness. Just a lethal edge that sends a shiver through the room. My chest heaves, my mind muddling between the need to escape and the pull of his presence. His gaze flickers over me, taking in everything. The way I'm pinned down, the glazed look that must be in my eyes, and my helplessness seeping from every pore. He shows no emotion as he tilts his head, focusing on the hands grabbing my legs. I open my mouth, trying to say something. His name, maybe, but nothing comes out. The men freeze, no doubt feeling the threat that simmers beneath Kane's calm exterior. A crackle of electricity lights up in the air as Kane's posture subtly shifts, and he snatches one of the men's wrists, then twists it. It doesn't look that forceful, but the man screams. Kane's voice resonates with a rich, low timbre.
I already made it clear, didn't I? Which part of no one touches my fucking things do you not understand? We didn't know. Fuck!
The shorter guy screams as a pop reverberates through the air. He broke his arm or wrist. The guy's howl bounces off the walls and rings in my ears. The other guy dashes toward the exit, but Jude seizes him by the collar of his shirt with ease.
Not so fast.
The one with the broken wrist falls to the floor, still screaming, but Kane stands behind him, grabs his left arm, and twists. Pop. His scream rings in the air, chilling like something from a horror movie. And it keeps intensifying as Kane kicks him in the nuts and crushes them with his shoe. The man's mask falls, revealing someone I've never seen before. His face is red, and his haphazard blonde hair covers his forehead. He curls up on the floor in a fetal position, wailing and crying. Kane stands over him, his shadow still, his posture uptight.
Next time you touch what's mine, your whole body will be in a casket.
My eyes are barely open, but I see him walking to the guy Jude's holding.
Now, your turn.
He catches his arm.
Who gave you permission to touch what's mine? I can't tell. I'll be kicked out. You'll be kicked out anyway.
The pop echoes in the air. A gut-wrenching scream follows.
Let's try again.
Kane secures his other arm.
Who orchestrated this? If I tell you, will you keep me on? No, but whether you leave with your limbs intact or not depends on your next words. It was Preston.
He hasn't even finished talking when Kane breaks his arm.
You said you wouldn't hurt me.
The man screams.
Changed my mind.
He kicks him as Jude holds him upright. I try to hold on to that sliver of the scene in front of me, but my body is slipping, falling into a fog. My vision blurs, dark spots dance in front of me, and my breath comes out in ragged, desperate gasps. Finally, I let myself lose the fight to stay conscious. As my world turns black, I come to a disturbing realization. I trust a monster like Kane to keep me safe.
15. Kane. My vision is red. My vision is never red. Ever since Jude called and told me he witnessed suspicious activity in the parking lot, my mood has taken a sharp dive. After the game, I was already driving up the hill for a meeting with Grant's closest directors in the company. I've mastered pretending to do my bidding in the businesses I'll inherit, but in reality, this is a way to build my connections and strip my father of his stronghold. After Jude's call, I made a U-turn and barely offered excuses for my absence from the meeting I spent weeks arranging. It doesn't matter that earlier tonight I had this illogical need to strangle Dahlia because she was flirting with her fucking ex at my game, while wearing my jersey, with my name on her back. That perplexing fire still burns my lungs, but it's drowned out by the rage that clouds my vision with a crimson haze. I'm about to break every bone in the bodies of the motherfuckers who had the audacity to touch what's mine. And I don't resort to violence. I don't even like violence. In fact, I consider violent people, aside from Jude, weaklings with little to no brain capacity. Yet the need to bash the two bastards' heads in beats beneath my skin like a need, an urge. This is beginning to feel too much like an impulse. I'll finish the job. Jude throws the wailing scum on the floor as if he were excess baggage, then motions behind me. She's out. My gaze flickers toward her, and for the first time tonight, the red slowly retreats as Dahlia comes into focus. Her skin is flushed, her cheeks a shade too deep, heat radiating from her in waves, and I can feel it even from across the room. The rise and fall of her chest produces shallow, uneven breaths. She looks small, too small, crumpled in on herself, her tangled brown hair sticking to her damp skin. There's a slight tremble in her fingers, curling weakly on the bottom of the jersey, pulling it down to cover her upper thighs. It's the only movement she makes. The rest of her, still. A sickening, unknown emotion bubbles up in my throat, but I swallow it down as I close the distance. The heat in the room intensifies, and that's when it hits me. Her skin burning, probably her body's reaction to what they injected into her. My left index finger twitches. The urge to destroy something, someone, barely held at bay. I kneel by the bed, and my fingertips graze the bare skin of her arm. Just like that, her warmth sears into me. Hot. Too hot, and it's not the right type of heat. I clench my jaws, I slip my arms under her, lifting her effortlessly. Her head lolls against my chest, and her body falls into me, as if her place has always been here, in my arms. What a ridiculous thought, and yet, her soft breaths land against my neck, shallow and too quiet. Dolly has never been quiet, so this is strange, to say the least. The faint smell of jasmine rips through my nostrils, filling me with her scent. Her skin is damp, flushed, burning up beneath my touch. I hold her tighter, watching the way she folds into me, her weight fragile in my arms. They tried to break her, to touch what's fucking mine. The more her body curls into me, desperate for something solid, something safe, the hotter the fire inside me ignites. Her fingers twitch against my chest, seeking an anchor, and the fact that she thinks of me as one, me, breaks through the fury muddying my head. Dahlia is strong, stronger than she knows, but at seeing her like this, broken, trembling, clinging to me for dear life, an unfamiliar feeling rushes through me. An ache, an urge to protect her in a way I've never protected anyone. And that's dangerous. No, it's lethal. Because not only will it affect my plans, but it'll also knock her off the chessboard as a useless pawn. I should be cold, pull away and maintain that distance I've carefully crafted between us. Maybe call someone, let them be the one to offer help while I retreat to the shadows. But I'm locked in place, unable to ignore her soft, quivering body press into me, her heat like a brand. I grit my teeth as I hold her tighter, hardening my jaw at the feel of her frantic heartbeat fluttering against me. I convince myself that the way my fingers are digging into her thighs and arms means nothing. It's only to keep her from falling apart, to later shove her back into the neat box I've created for her. As I carry her out, Jude steps in front of me, his massive body blocking the door. His face is set in hard lines, his eyes devoid of warmth. It's no secret that he would rather not be here cleaning up after some lower-class VinCorps members and wasting his time. You know what to do, Jude. Make them spit out what their plan was. I'll deal with Isabella afterward. I didn't even tell you it was her car I saw in the parking lot. He raises a brow. How did you figure it out? It's clear as day that she wasn't happy about my recent involvement with Dahlia. Since she can't touch me, she'd redirect her fury to the weaker party. A terrible miscalculation on her part. What do you plan to do to her? Get her kicked out of VinCorps? With your and Preston's votes, we can discharge a member. If she still insists on being a headache, I'll have her buried 6 feet under. Let's say I go with the vote. Why would Press? He will once I tell him Isabella had her goons use his name as the fall guy. You know he hates messy things if he's not the cause. I'll consider it. He stands taller, a flash of sadism sparkling in his eyes. You owe me for today. I do. I expect an extra name in my inbox tonight. I nod. Of course Jude would cash in immediately. He greatly lacks the skill of gathering intel and saving it for later. Though by having those names, he's loosening himself further from my grip. But it doesn't matter. For now. Jude still needs me to reach his goal, and therefore I can still control him. Instead of stepping away, he glares at Dahlia, sparks nearly flying from his eyes. I fix him with a stony look. Is there a problem? Why the fuck is it her? Of all people. She's just a pawn. He bursts out laughing, the sound long and cruel. The almighty Davenport lost his cool for a pawn? Try to fool a lesser person. Some pawns deserve extra care. Well, in that case, better take extra care that she doesn't mess with my fucking business. Noted. A motion at the door. Will you move now? After one last ambiguous look at Dahlia, he steps aside and gathers a piece of fucking shit by his collar. As I walk out, Jude's voice carries from behind my back. I mean it, Davenport. She puts her nose where it doesn't belong, and she'll see her maker sooner rather than later. All bets will be off. I tilt my head in his direction and flash him a smile. Won't be happening, as long as you keep your fucking stalkerish tendencies in check. We're all good. By the time I arrived at my penthouse downtown, Dahlia was burning up. I placed her on the sofa in the living room earlier. Since then, I've been standing cross-armed by the floor-to-ceiling window overlooking the town's luminous skyline. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I've never taken care of someone else before, except for Preston when he goes off the rails, and even then I usually let Jude handle him while I manage the fallout. If Dahlia's fever doesn't come down, I'll take her to the ER. I suppose. A whimper rips from her lips and she thrashes, her movements making the leather sofa creak beneath her. She curls her fingers, stretching and pulling at the jersey. It rides up, revealing her white panties and stomach. Even under the soft light, the contrast of the white jersey is striking against her tan skin. My dick twitches to life and I tear my gaze from her to look out the window. Her throaty moans echo in the air, silky and fucking erotic. Apparently the concept of keeping myself in check escapes me when this girl is around, because I tilt my head in her direction again. Dahlia has slipped her right hand into her panties, touching herself in a frantic, uncoordinated motion. The scent of her wafts in the air as she releases a sound that's a mixture of a moan and a whine. Her left hand gropes and strokes her tits beneath the shirt. Jesus fucking Christ. I stride toward her and clutch her hand that's in her pussy and yank it out. Big mistake, because now not only does the room smell like her sweet pussy, but it's also the only thing I can breathe. Dahlia, wake up. Dahlia, open your fucking eyes.
Please. Please.
God fucking damn it. I adjust myself, but it does nothing to deflate the bulge in my pants. My knuckles brush her warm cheek as I tap. Begging will get you fucked, Wildflower. Her eyes blink open, slightly glazed over, the color more brown than green, sparkling as she studies my face.
Kane.
My name falls out of her mouth in a soft moan, and I close my eyes. Down. Stay fucking down.
Kane.
She moans again, softer, needier.
I'm warm.
I open my eyes and start to pull my hand away. Do you want to take a shower?
No. It's uncomfortable.
She grabs my hand with both her smaller ones and presses it on her soaking wet panties.
Touch me. Make it go away.
Fucking hell. Who knew that the ever-proud Dahlia Thorne, a literal thorn in my side, has this needy, seductive side to her? Want me to touch you here? I lazily stroke her over the damp fabric, and she throws her head back, her skin flushed, forehead sweaty.
Yes. Yes. More.
My fingers slip beneath her panties, and I circle her clit. Her thighs tremble, and a shiver rips through her. She's like a marionette in my hands, reacting to my merest touch. Dahlia's moans turn deeper, more desperate.
Oh, yes. There. Right there.
Here. I slow down on purpose. She grabs onto my wrist.
Faster. More.
Do you want me to fuck you, Dahlia? Want my cock to sink into that tiny cunt of yours and relieve the ache?
Yes. Yes. It's warm. Make it stop.
You'll take my cock so well, won't you? Even if it's big, you'll be gasping to take more.
Yes. Anything. Yes.
You'll be swallowing every inch like a very good girl, and let me use you to get off. Her back arches as I thrust two of my fingers inside her. Unintelligible noises of pleasure reverberate in the room, mounting and intensifying like a crescendo. The air becomes stifled with her scent, dizzying and absolutely addictive. No matter how much I've tried to deny it, and how many times I've shoved myself back into that control box, ever since that first time, I've been fantasizing about fucking her again, owning her again, claiming her once and for all. You can barely fit my fingers, Wildflower. How will you take my cock?
I will. Promise.
Beg me to fuck you, to use you however I see fit. I pump my hand forward and add another finger, thrusting into her at a steady rhythm, drawing every shudder and tremor and choked up moan.
Please.
She says through a gasp. Her body jerks and I reach my left hand beneath the shirt, grab her tit underneath the bra and then slap the hardened nipple. Say the whole sentence properly. She yelps, the sound coming out with a fractured moan. Her eyes are half open, dripping in yellow. Gold.
Please, Kane. Please fuck me.
My rhythm increases, pounding her in deep as if my cock were inside her. As if I were claiming her again. Her pussy stretches around me and I circle her clit with my thumb. She soon clamps around me, her breath hitching as she throws her head back. That's it. Come for me, baby. As she jerks, I release her breast, reach into my pants and free my cock. My fingers fuck her cunt while my left hand jerks my own heavy cock. Up and down in a rough, frenzied movement. Pre-cum glistens from the tip and the veins bulge with need. This isn't about my pleasure. This is a punishment for losing control and wanting her. Again. Say my name. I strain as I strangle my cock.
Kane.
She glances down at where I'm twisting and jerking, her lips parting, and she swallows thickly.
Please, fuck me.
Jesus, fuck. I pull my fingers from inside her, shove the jersey up, and then snap open her bra. I groan as my cum decorates her tits, covering her hard nipples and dripping down to her belly button. She watches me the entire time, her mouth open, her face red. I gather my cum from her stomach and place my coated fingers in front of her mouth. Suck them clean. Dahlia slips my fingers inside and sucks on them, her wet tongue licking me softly, while looking at me with those glittering yellow eyes. Soon enough, her lids lower, and she falls asleep with a soft sigh, with my fingers in her mouth, and my fucking sanity in her hands. Every time I touch her, I lose all sense of reality and myself. For a moment, just a moment in time, I forget who I am, what I exist for, and what I aim to do. For just that moment, it's only her, and I'm not sure if it can be fixed at this point, or whether or not I'm willing to do so.
16. Dahlia. The morning comes with a strange sense of peace, and a headache, a sore throat too. I blink my eyes open a couple of times, and a smooth ceiling with painted cherry blossoms materializes before me. The stunning 3D details are so well illustrated, I feel as if I've been transported into a fairy tale. Slowly, the rest of the room comes into view, and I sit up in the massive bed, holding the black sheet to my chest. The first thing that hits me is the cold. Not the icy kind that seeps into my bones, but the kind that creeps into the air, that wraps around me even under the covers. It's everywhere, spreading from the walls, the floor, and the very space around me. Kane's space. It smells like him, wood smoke and leather. The room is massive, but it feels suffocating. Aside from the cherry blossom ceiling, everything else is devoid of warmth. Dark gray walls swallow the light whole. Clean lines, minimalistic, with everything perfectly in place. There are no personal touches, no photos, and only a few hockey trophies opposite me. There's nothing that says someone lives or breathes here. It's more like a carefully constructed illusion of control. I drag my gaze over to the desk in the corner. Stark, empty, just like the man who owns it. There's no clutter, no evidence of life. It's pristine, as if everything in this room is a testament to how he keeps his world, perfectly ordered. The only thing that stands out is the window, floor to ceiling, overlooking the town that seems to stretch on beyond the horizon. The morning light filters in, but it's muted, dull, as if even the sun can't warm this space. Outside, the town buzzes with life, but inside, everything is unnervingly still. I shift under the sheets, my body aching, my mind trying to piece together how I got here. The memories filter in like an old, grainy movie. The drugging, the kidnapping, the masked men. And then, Kane. Oh, God. I cut my mouth, my eyes widening. Please tell me I didn't beg Kane to touch me. Fuck me. And he didn't. He only fingered me and came all over me, but he didn't fuck me. Why the hell am I disappointed? I wish the earth could swallow me alive and spare me the embarrassment. My eyes land on a change of clothes on the foot of the bed, and I assume that means I can use his shower. After a few seconds of internally kicking myself, I walk into the sleek bathroom. I remove the jersey and my underwear, then pause at the view of his dried cum on my stomach. He really loves leaving his mark all over me like an animal. I should feel mad or something, but I'm more enraged by how I acted. The elegant shower has so many settings, it takes me a few minutes to figure it out. After I finish, I towel dry my hair and put on his Vipers hoodie and sweatpants. I have to roll the waistband a couple of times and tie the drawstrings so they'll remain in place. The rich smell of food tickles my nostrils as I walk out of the bedroom and down the hallway full of impressionist artwork. Then finally reach the living room I mildly recognize from last night. This place is massive and frighteningly expensive. I move carefully, self-conscious about touching or, worse, knocking over and breaking something. I bet I couldn't pay for it even if I sold myself on the black market. My bare feet falter at the doorway of the kitchen, the sight of Kane hitting me like a punch to the gut. He stands at the stove with his back to me, his broad, muscular frame covered in nothing but a pair of gray sweatpants that hang low on his hips. The morning light filters through the window, casting a faint glow on the sharp planes of his body, highlighting the lines of his muscles. But that's not what steals my breath. It's the ink and scars. As he turns to the side, I see a serpent coiling around his left shoulder, black and detailed, the scales gleaming in the light. Its head rests near his collarbone, mouth open as if ready to strike. I can't look away. My eyes take in every detail of the tattoo. It's all things Kane. Cold, dangerous, poised. Just beneath the serpent lie jagged, uneven scars, crisscrossing his skin like a roadmap of pain. While I have no clue who or what put them on him, I know it must have been brutal. My stomach churns at the sight, as if I've seen a kicked puppy shivering by the side of the road. Only in this case, I can't pick him up and carry him to a shelter. And Kane is by no means a puppy. How is it possible that someone hurt him enough to cause those scars? He always seems invincible, untouchable. He's a hockey god and a monarch both on campus and in town. No one would dare come near him. But they did. And he's been hurt to the point of being permanently marked. More ink wraps around his other arm, intricate lines that form a raven with its wings spread wide across his shoulder, its eyes hollow and dark. Beneath the bird, a small Latin phrase I can't quite make out curves around his ribs, disappearing into the shadows of his skin. Everything about him is a warning. The tattoos, the scars, the way his body moves with silent power, like he's always ready to pounce. However, right now, he's just a man standing in a kitchen, scrambling eggs like it's the most natural thing in the world.
You're up.
The low timbre of his voice carries through the room like a cool breeze. Yeah. I draw a circle on my thumb.
Sit down. Breakfast is ready.
He turns off the stove and empties the pan's contents onto a plate with unnerving precision. No mess in sight. Thanks, but I can figure out something to eat on my way home. He lifts his gaze, looking at me for the first time this morning. His icy eyes linger on my baggy clothes, heavy, as if he can see beneath them. It doesn't help that his wood smoke scent clings to my skin, wrapping around me like invisible hands. He walks over to the dining area with 2 plates and places them on the table. I catch glimpses of the raven's wing stretching to his chest before he retrieves a plain white t-shirt from the back of a chair and slips it over his head, killing my view. He motions at the chair opposite his.
Sit down, Dahlia.
Really, I can...
The food is already made. Don't rebel just for the sake of it, and sit down.
I wasn't rebelling. I'm just not used to someone cooking for me aside from Vi. My stomach growls. Kane lifts a brow.
You were saying.
I rub my nape, then slowly sit. The table is absurdly full, and the aroma nearly makes me drool. Plates are arranged with precision, eggs scrambled to a soft yellow, slices of toast perfectly golden, and a side of fresh fruit that seems to have been cut by a machine. A coffee pot, 2 high-quality porcelain cups, orange juice, and a milk jug. There's jelly and butter, crisp and glistening bacon, and pancakes stacked high, steam still rising off them like some kind of picture-perfect domestic fantasy. The fact that someone like Kane can make something as normal as breakfast while being fully capable of breaking people's arms with his bare hands is both astonishing and disturbing.
Go on. Don't just watch in amazement. Eat.
He speaks as he cuts into his toast and eggs. I don't need to be told twice. I dig into the eggs and shamelessly finish most of my plate in no time. This is so good, honestly. And I'm a bit embarrassed to admit it, but I've never had this type of full breakfast before. I've been lucky to have coffee and some boiled eggs or something from a convenience store on my way to work or school. A knife digs into the top of my toast.
Slow down, or you'll suffer from indigestion at best or choke at worst.
I swallow the contents of my mouth. Sorry.
About what?
My table manners. I'm a bit hungry. I think a slight smile twitches his lips, but it disappears as he continues eating.
Chew properly and take your time.
It takes effort not to devour everything in sight and make myself look like a cave woman. Kane watching me like some strict parent isn't helping. He takes a sip of his juice, his eyes rolling over me like a sensual caress. Like last night. Don't think about it. Just don't.
Is it a habit?
What?
Eating fast.
I guess. I never really have time for food between school and my part-time job.
And snooping around and putting your nose where it doesn't belong. And being so fucking oblivious about your own safety.
I let the jelly spoon hang midway to my mouth and glare at him.
Did I miss something?
He says with an unnerving smile.
Oh, and chatting with ex-boyfriends at my fucking game.
I didn't invite Marcus. He came on his own, and he's not my ex.
Didn't stop you from hanging on to his every word, like all the puck bunnies vying for his attention. Miss him already.
That is not true. Marcus is an asshole, and I wouldn't look twice in his direction in this lifetime. He was just being antagonistic as usual and probably taking notes about your team play before the upcoming game. I release a breath. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. We're nothing to each other.
You came on my cock and fingers 3 times. I think we're something.
My mouth hangs open, and my stomach contracts because of something other than hunger. He narrows his eyes.
Surely you didn't think you could beg me to fuck you and then walk away as if nothing happened.
I was drugged. It doesn't count. He takes a sip of his coffee.
It does for me.
So, what are we?
What do you want us to be?
A partnership?
We're not a business.
I frown and nibble on my pancake. Then what? Fuck buddies?
If that's what you want, all you had to do was ask.
I don't want that. You're the one who seemed to lead me toward that conclusion.
You have any objections?
Too many to count. Most importantly, I don't even know you.
You will with time. For instance, I don't appreciate you flirting with other men at my game.
I wasn't flirting.
I have my doubts.
I still know next to nothing about you.
There's no need for a resume if we're fucking.
I release a long sigh and drop the pancake to the plate. Why would you want that type of relationship with me?
I don't want it per se, but it seems that staking a claim is the only way to ensure that no one will dare to touch my things.
I'm not a thing.
Not a thing, my thing.
Well, your staking a claim or not didn't stop what happened last night. His jaw clenches.
It won't happen again.
Let's say I agree. And then what? You ditch me once you're bored?
Possibly.
Wow. And they say romance is dead.
I don't intend to romance you, Dahlia. I don't do that. So if you're looking for soft love confessions, a box of chocolates and a bouquet of flowers, walk out right now. But if you prefer rough games and primal impact play, we might be able to work something out.
My throat dries up, and a loud voice inside me tells me to run. As fast as possible, but I remain rooted in place. This is the only way to get close to Kane. Though I'd be a liar if I said some part of me doesn't come alive at his words. Will you hurt me? I whisper.
Yes.
The word is like a whip to my sensitive core. I clench my legs. How much?
To your limits. And I don't mean the limits you believe exist in your head, but beyond that.
Will you give me a heads up?
No.
A slight smirk lifts the corner of his lips.
Where's the fun in that?
I gulp, both deep fear and morbid expectation coursing through me. Can I still use red to stop it?
Yes.
Okay then.
Red is the only word that can stop me. No, stop it, and I don't want this will only turn me on. Your fight turns me on.
Sick asshole, I mutter under my breath.
I heard that. And if I'm sick, what does that make you? Because you've been rubbing your legs together the entire time I've been painting a picture in your head.
I have not. He smiles like a predator who's locked in on his prey.
Now, shouldn't you thank me for saving you? I'll retrieve your bike and drop it off at your dorm. I'll also get Isabella off your back. Permanently.
After you let her, and who knows how many other people watch you fuck me, I don't see the point.
Watch me fuck you.
My fingers clench in my lap. At the initiation, there was a camera, no? Isabella implied that she watched the entire thing.
And you believed her?
What was I supposed to do?
Isabella is not a senior member and wasn't even there. The only members present were me, Preston, Jude, and 3 others who aren't on the hockey team.
Wow. Thanks. At least now I know Isabella didn't see the video. But the others did.
They did not.
But the camera?
Disabled.
How did she and her brother know then?
Probably Preston spreading rumors in his free time.
Oh. A part of me is still skeptical, but when I stare into Kane's cool eyes, I believe him. Which I probably shouldn't, considering the circumstances. He watches me with intrusive intent. What?
I'm still waiting for you to thank me for last night.
Do you usually save people to be thanked?
I don't usually save people, but in your case, yes. I want to be thanked properly.
Thanks, I say around a bite of pancake.
That didn't sound sincere.
Well, you should have provided clearer instructions. You said to thank you, not to make it sound sincere. He narrows his eyes.
That mouth of yours needs to learn some discipline.
Or you need to listen to other opinions aside from your own.
Not interested. Either things go my way or they crash and burn. No in between.
The warning is clear. I shouldn't mess with his system. But something tells me that behind all that control, behind the walls and the cold, there's chaos. And somehow, some way, I've been pulled into it. Now, whether I get consumed by it or use it to my advantage depends on how I handle this new situation. We finish breakfast in relative silence. Kane doesn't seem to want to talk much, and my attempts to start a conversation are met with monosyllabic replies. It's the ice fortress that surrounds him, completely camouflaging him from the outside world. And me. As we stand to get ready for school, the doorbell rings. Kane goes to the screen that shows who's outside. I trudge behind him and lean sideways to see. A woman who looks to be in her mid to late 40s stands there with a weary expression, her cheeks sunken and her icy eyes a replica of Kane's. His mother? I expect him to open the door, but he just clicks on the phone button, his voice completely detached.
Mother, what can I do for you?
Honey. She lifts a box in front of the camera. I made you your favorite cookies.
I don't eat those anymore.
Her expression sinks, and she shifts her eyes to the side, awkwardly inspecting her surroundings.
If there isn't anything else.
He reaches for the hang-up button, but I press the unlock key first. Please come in, Mrs. Davenport, I say before the click of the door sounds in the distance. Kane's head tilts in my direction, his eyes narrowing.
What do you think you're doing?
Inviting your mom in. Why would you talk to her through the intercom as if she's some sort of stranger?
You know, that's not your problem, Dahlia.
He barges into my space, his shoulders crowded with tension, and I step back.
You always meddle in shit that doesn't concern you.
My back hits the wall as his mother walks in. Kane, hun? He straightens and meets her halfway, hugging her ceremoniously, his posture rigid.
Hello, Mother.
I stand there, observing the height and size difference between them. The fact that a frail woman like her gave birth to that beast of a son is fascinating. Up close, her features look like she was a real beauty in her day. The lines on her face are a clue that she's had a rough life. And this is? She looks at me with curiosity, her eyes much softer and kinder than her son's. So it's not about the color.
Dahlia,
he says without looking at me. Your girlfriend? No.
Yes.
He cuts me off with a glare. Jeez, talk about intense. Hi. I wipe my sweaty hand on my hoodie and then extend it to her. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Davenport. Call me Helena. She smiles. This is the first time I've met one of Kane's girlfriends. I peek at Kane, but he has both hands in his pockets while standing erect like a statue. She offers me the box. "If you'd like, you can have these homemade cookies. They used to be Kane's favorite. I'm not a good mother and didn't know he doesn't like them anymore." I'm curious what she means by not a good mother, but I obviously can't ask that, so I accept the box instead. "Thank you. I love cookies." "Oh, I'm glad to hear it." God, seeing mothers like her makes me miss my mom. She used to bake the most delicious cookies and even let me mess up the kitchen. Small, fragmented memories, lost memories. Kane doesn't know he has what many of us wish for, a caring, loving mother. Someone to fall back on when it feels rough.
"We're getting ready for school, Mother.
Kane's flat, unfeeling tone cuts through the moment.
If there isn't anything else."
"Oh, right. I'm sorry to have disturbed you." Helena blurts out, seeming as if she's walking on eggshells around her son. He even calls her mother. That's super impersonal. It's sad that people like me yearn for a mother that doesn't exist, while Kane still has his mom but doesn't seem to care about her. I suspect he cares about no one. "I'll walk you out." I fall in step beside her, but Kane disappears down the hallway as if he doesn't want to spend one more minute in her company. Once we're at the door, I awkwardly say, "I'm sorry about Kane. I don't know what's gotten into him." "Don't be." She smiles softly and pats my hand. "I think you're a good person, Dahlia. So let me offer you a piece of advice." "Yes?" "Run away while you can. Once you're in, you'll never be able to leave." 17. Dahlia. 2 days later, Kane sent me an invitation to a party. Not just any party, a members-only party. To say I wish I could high-five myself would be an understatement. I knew that patience would eventually get me here, to Ravenswood Hill. The Armstrongs are hosting this event in their extravagant mansion. The security is tight around the gated community, and my invitation had to be scanned by some special infrared machine, and I was thoroughly searched for weapons. Even though the invitation said to dress formal and wear the Vencor mask, I had to remove it for security reasons and then put it back on. As for the formal part, I had to wear the dress I found in a box that came with the invitation. The dress is pure sin, a deep dark red that clings to every curve like blood-soaked silk. A slit slices up my leg, stopping just above my left knee, teasing with every step I take. The luxurious fabric hugs my waist, the neckline plunging just enough to toe the line between elegance and danger. It fits me well, too well, actually. The fact that Kane knows my size is unnerving. I tucked away the invitation card, but I couldn't hide the dress from Megan. She freaked out for half an hour about how stunning I looked and how gorgeous the dress was. Oh, and there were black designer heels, which I'm struggling to walk in. According to Megan, the dress and heels cost at least 20 grand. All I could think about was how that amount of money could help with my sister's medical care. Though I'm uncomfortable with the gift and plan to return it as soon as the party is over, I couldn't come to my first Vencor party with an inappropriate outfit. I'm also thankful for the mask. At least this way, anonymity protects me, in a sense. My steps falter as I enter the main hall. I've always heard stories about people living in a detached, different world, but I haven't fully understood the meaning until now. The Armstrong mansion is a palace wrapped in shadows, opulence dripping from every corner. The massive crystal chandeliers cast fractured light across the black marble floors, the shimmer of gold and silver reflecting off the walls like 1,000 stars trapped indoors. Everything gleams, from the polished wood, extravagant sculptures, and the ancient art that shouldn't belong to this world. I'm completely and utterly dazzled by a type of money I've never witnessed in my life, not even in movies. Suddenly, trepidation pulses through my every nerve, and I feel like a mouse trapped in Catland. The ballroom is massive, too large for comfort, with towering windows draped in rich velvet. The curtains fall heavy and dark, almost swallowing the light. Tables are scattered with fine crystal and gleaming silverware, the flicker of candlelight casting shadows that dance across the masked faces. It's all too sparkling, too extravagant, as if the wealth and power could drown me if I stayed or stared for too long. Everything about this place feels dangerous, beautiful, like a trap that glitters just enough to make you forget there's no way out. The air is thick with the scent of expensive cologne, champagne, and something darker. It clings to my skin, mixing with the low hum of whispered conversations and faint laughter that echoes off the walls. The members move like ghosts in the flickering light, their silver and black masks hiding their faces, but not the depravity in their eyes. Every movement feels calculated, every glance loaded with silent power. This is on a completely different level than the Drayton party. That one feels like entry level compared to this, which makes me abandon any ideas about collecting DNA samples or even snooping around. I glimpse numerous cameras blinking in every corner, and the feeling of being trapped and constantly watched coils in my stomach like a disease. It's better to be careful this time, keep a low profile, and observe. Since it's my first invitation, it could be a test. I grab a flute of champagne from a waiter and nestle in a corner. Even the staff is wearing silver half masks, and they're groomed to perfection. My eyes keep flitting over the members with black masks and rings. Their number exceeds those who were present during my initiation. I spot at least 20 in total, but many of them have older voices. So perhaps they're politicians and public figures, and therefore, the mask is a perfect camouflage. Also, their rings don't have distinctive symbols like the ones on Kane's, Jude's, and Preston's. I keep craning my head, looking for Kane, but come up empty. It's impossible to single him out among so many people. I spot 3 silver-masked men by a table an inch closer so that I'm around the corner from them. Out of sight, but close enough to hear their conversation.
And you're okay with your sister being kicked out, Gav?
Ryder Price. That's his voice. The one he's talking to is Gavin Drayton. The latter loosens his bow tie and sips from his glass beneath the mask.
There's nothing I can do. If 3 seniors vote her out, she's out. She did mess with Davenport's latest toy when he warned her to back off. She had it coming.
The third one. A player because I heard his voice before, but I can't place him. Gavin slams his glass on the table.
Well, my father is locking her up and taking her privileges for a couple of weeks. I think she's suffered enough blows to call it quits. No need to rub it in. Hey, don't get so worked up.
Ryder wraps an arm around Gavin's shoulders.
At least you're still in, so silver linings. We can still make it to senior members after graduation if we keep it in line.
Is something wrong, boys? A woman wearing a stunning green dress and a black and red mask saunters to the middle of the trio. Black and red. A founder? A woman who's part of the upper echelon. I lean in against the wall.
Nothing at all.
Ryder says with a grin.
You look amazing, Serena, as usual.
Serena. Where have I heard that name? Oh. An article I read a while ago comes to mind. Serena Osborne says fundamental change is the only change needed in the industry. The current CEO of Osborne Enterprises? She strokes Ryder's mask. You're a darling. Did any of you see Julian?
I don't think so.
Gavin says.
We saw his brother, Jude, with Preston earlier.
Jude's brother, Julian. I remember reading about him too. If I remember correctly, Julian Callahan's name was brought up as the country's top innovator in the pharmaceutical sector. I see. Serena pats Ryder's mask again, and he freezes as if he doesn't dare to breathe. It's amazing how an average-height woman can make 3 men who are double and triple her size stand so still in reverence. Have fun, boys. She pauses and then tilts her head to the side. Don't give my brother a hard time in the upcoming game.
Yes, ma'am.
They all but salute. Her throaty laughter carries in the air as she walks with purpose to the next group, all full of people in black and red masks. I thought there were only 4 members who had those masks, meaning the heads of the founding families. But in that group alone, there are 6. Serena is number 7.
Don't give her brother a hard time.
Gav scoffs, his voice low.
I'm surprised she hasn't already put a target on Marcus's back, considering he's rumored to be absorbed back in, so he can take her place in the family. Who says she hasn't?
The third person I can't name says even lower.
Marcus is just a cat with 9 lives.
Right, Marcus. I forgot that while I was observing. Marcus Osborne is Serena's half-brother. But hold on, absorbed back in? Do they even know Marcus? He looks down on everything this world represents. I bet he'd rather be beaten to death than be part of the pretentious snobs, as he calls them. Ryder rubs his hair.
This internal power struggle is making me anxious. Dad says we need to pick a side sooner rather than later. The whole 4 families thing is absurd in the first place.
The third player says.
No matter how much they collaborate, they'll end up stepping on each other's toes sooner or later. Plus, the generation that preceded us, whether it's Julian Callahan, Serena Osborne, Atlas Armstrong, or the currently banished Caden Davenport, only knows how to go at each other's throats. Our generation is different, though.
Gavin says.
Kane, Jude, and Press are tightly knit. For now.
Player 3 stares into the distance.
After Caden's banishment, Grant Davenport's business decisions suffered greatly, and it's starting to impact their standing. It's just a matter of time before either Serena, Julian, or Atlas uses that opening and crushes them. That will signal a war. Fuck this.
Ryder grumbles.
I don't like the unknown in this entire thing. I'd rather they send us to kill people instead of picking sides. Better yet, I just want to play hockey and hook up with beautiful women. Is that too much to ask?
Gavin throws a hand on his shoulder.
We'll survive. In the game of predators, small flies like us only need to know our place.
As they walk away, I keep thinking about what they said. Gavin Drayton, the son of the mayor, who lives in the biggest and most beautiful house I've ever seen, just called himself a fly. Also Ryder. Whose family literally owns a chain of shopping malls? If they're flies, what the hell am I? The sound of metal clinking on glass echoes in the air, silencing everyone. The crowd's attention turns to the top of the marble stairs covered in a red carpet where 5 people stand. The man who's holding the champagne glass is wearing a black and red mask. The woman to his right is donning a black mask, and the man to his left has a black and red mask. Another man stands a step down wearing a black mask while holding the hand of a little girl who's wearing a pink, fluffy half mask. I assume the man who commanded everyone's attention is Lawrence Armstrong, a tycoon who owns an international energy resources company. The woman is probably his wife, and the third man is Atlas Armstrong, his younger brother. The guy holding the girl's hand is Preston, and the little girl must be his sister. Lawrence raises his glass, then his voice echoes around the hall.
I'm honored to host you at my humble estate. Tonight is about forming connection between the members. Please don't hesitate to ask our ingenious butler for your specific needs, no matter what they are.
He motions at a man who's wearing a black half mask, and he bows courteously.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your evening. In the shadows.
We rule! Everyone echoes at once, the hall vibrating with their voices. The party continues with soft piano music playing in the background. I spot some members, mostly in silver masks, being approached by the staff and then following them out. I crane my head, searching for the best corner where I can hide and carry on my observation.
You look lonely.
I startle at the sudden voice. Geez, I didn't even notice him approaching. Dark eyes stare, or glare, at me through the openings in the black mask, and his massive physique blocks my vision. Jude? I ask, unsure if I heard his voice correctly. He reaches a hand out and I step aside, feeling a destructive energy directed at me. But he just grabs a silver fork from the table behind me and twirls it.
Have you ever heard of being at the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yes. Why?
You're in that situation right now,
I was invited by Kane.
and you trust him to keep you safe.
My mouth opens and then closes. I do. In a deep part of me I don't recognize, I feel like he'd keep me safe. Perhaps it's because he's shielded me twice, at Drayton's party and after I was drugged. And though he can be intense with me, I don't believe he'd expose me to danger. At least, not intentionally. I hope.
You do.
Jude says when I remain silent.
You're a lot more stupid than I thought.
Don't insult me.
Then don't put yourself in situations where you're bound to be insulted.
He glares at me, and I'm lost for words. Why would Jude have this much hostility toward me? It's almost as if he hates me. Though I noticed he treats everyone with the same energy, so perhaps it's not only me, and he hates everyone. A man wearing a black mask and a tailored suit wraps his arm around Jude.
Big man, why are you wasting your time here? The show's about to start.
Preston. What show? I ask. He barely casts a glance in my direction.
None of your concern, Delilah.
It's Dahlia.
Whatever it is, illegitimate Osborns and anyone related to them are not welcome here.
I can hear the permanent smirk in his voice. I'm not related to Marcus just because I went out with him for 2 weeks. I'm a member, which is why I'm here.
On trial.
Jude says.
I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. Here's a secret.
Preston lowers his voice.
95% of trial members get banished, and the 5% who get in are of our social standing.
I swallow, staring between them as if they're demons rearing their ugly heads.
Oh,
Preston feigns sympathy.
you didn't honestly think we pick up strays off the street, did you? We might indulge in some charity to feed you, provide a roof over your head, and keep you alive so you can oil the machine, but that's all. The likes of you and that fucking thug Osborn are merely disposables. Your whole purpose is to serve as pawns on the chessboard that we can ditch at any point.
I tighten my grip on the champagne flute. Though I knew what people like them thought of people like us, it still fills me with rage to hear it.
Fuck off while you can.
Jude says in a hard voice.
I mean it.
I thought I couldn't leave once I'm in.
I can ask my father for an exception. Armstrong will help, right? Gladly. I don't want you around.
Kane does, I say, lifting my chin. And to my understanding, he's the only one who has a say in my acceptance. Preston strokes the chin of his mask, and I can almost see the evil slipping into his eyes.
He won't after his father learned of his illogical actions.
You'd sell out your friend to get rid of me?
I'm doing him a favor. I'm sure Kane wouldn't appreciate a spy in our midst.
A spy? For whom?
That thug boyfriend of yours.
He was never my boyfriend. And why would I spy for him?
I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out soon.
Jude is about to say something when a member of the staff, who's wearing a half mask, approaches us.
Miss Thorne,
Yes?
please follow me.
I stare at Jude and Preston to try to make out if they're behind this, but they're already walking away. My hand trembles around the flute of champagne. Is this part of the test? Are those two messing with me? Considering their hostility just now, I doubt they'll make it easy.
Miss Thorne.
The staff member says again, his voice cold but professional. I carefully abandon my flute of champagne on the table. Where are we going?
Follow me.
He repeats, completely ignoring my question. My steps are heavy and my heels dig into my skin with every move. Pretty sure I have a blister, and it throbs with an unrelenting pulse. The discomfort mixes with apprehension, and I draw circles on my thumb as I study the long hall adorned with dark green wallpaper and muted wall lamps. There are no people, nor is there any indication of our destination. The noise from the party slowly fades until it disappears, leaving space for the man's hushed footsteps and my louder ones. Where are you taking me? My carefully voiced question pierces the silence.
We'll arrive soon.
He doesn't even acknowledge me as he speaks. Images from that hellish initiation play in my head on a loop, and I tense up in anticipation of whatever they have planned for me. At the end of the hall, the man takes a few complicated turns that I can't keep up with, and then unlocks a door and pulls it open.
Please proceed.
I hesitate, but upon seeing what appears to be a garden, I relax a little and step out. The door clicks shut behind me, but I pause when I find out that I wasn't led to a garden, but more like a structure of strategically cut trees and hedges. I walk for a bit, taking note of the trunks and memorizing the shapes. It's dark, though, with only a line of light tucked deep between the clouds, so it's difficult to see. The cold air clings to my skin, sharp and biting, and I wrap my arms around myself for some semblance of warmth. The night is thick and heavy, pressing in on me from all sides, and the faint rustle of leaves is the only sound in this endless stretch of unsettling silence. My heels sink into the damp grass with every step, the soft squish beneath me unnerving. The hedges loom tall, twisting and turning, swallowing the path in front of me. Wait, didn't I just pass by that tree? I look behind me and freeze. This isn't just a quirky garden. It's a maze. I can barely see 2 feet in front of me. The shadows move as if they're alive, the moon slipping through the clouds, doing little to pierce through the blanket of black that wraps around everything. My breath fogs the air, mixing with the cold that's already sinking into my bones. Each step feels heavier than the last, my legs aching, the sharp pinch of my heels digging into my feet and worsening the blisters. A rustle sounds behind me, but before I can turn, a large body envelops my back. A cold blade presses against my throat. My breath freezes and my body jerks, but a strong arm wraps around my waist, pulling me back. I stumble, the grass slick beneath my heels as I'm yanked into something solid. Someone solid. The air turns thick with danger, and the warmth of his breath skates across the back of my neck until goosebumps erupt on the flesh. I'm pinned against him, the knife a whisper away from my skin. A strangled cry forms at the back of my throat, but refuses to break free as I catch a glimpse of the horrifying black mask with heinous serpentine details. My pulse thrums, my entire body awakening in response. His breath is steady, barely a ripple in the air. Each exhale is slow, deliberate, brushing against my skin as if it's his hand. It's warm despite the coldness of everything else around us, but also feels like a warning. Too quiet, too composed, as if he's holding back something darker beneath the surface. "Kane?" I whisper. He tightens his grip on my hip.
It's time to test if you truly want this, Dahlia.
"How?"
Run.
He growls, the words sliding like silk over my skin, low and dangerous. He releases me and I stumble forward, my heels slipping on the grass. I turn around and can barely discern his shadow in the darkness, tall and cloaked by the night.
3.
His voice is sharp, landing on my skin like a whip. I take a step back, my heart hammering in my ears. This is crazy.
2.
I turn forward, and my vision blurs as adrenaline kicks in. Why do I want this?
1.
A yelp rips out of me as I lift my dress, kick off my heels, and do what he commanded. I run. 18.
All right. Woo. Boy. Hope you guys listen to that with headphones on, because, you know, that one right there. But hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know I did. My goodness, was that a juicy 4 chapters of our book. I love you guys. All Patreon guys, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you on Sunday for our episode with my boy Michael. I love you guys all. I'll see you either on Friday or Sunday, and peace.